Welcome back to another episode of Hoops and Football. I am Shannon. Today will be a breakdown of the VFL game on Saturday. I think it was like what was there? I might find it. 205 against North Melbourne. Don't understand why they've decided to cross over the seniors and the VFL. It tends to be quite annoying because you can't watch both. But alright, so I'll break it down. So it ended up being 8-12-60 for Richmond and 9-8 for North Melbourne, winning by 2 points. Another close game first Richmond versus North Melbourne in the VFL as well. A very similar start to the seniors in the AFL. North Melbourne got out to a very good start. I think at one stage we got down by, I think it was like 32 points. And then we ended up kind of making our way back. I think it was all from what I've read and seen. I haven't watched the game. It was all from the last quarter where we kind of tried something different. They ended up throwing Morris Rowley Jr. in the midfield, and apparently it was just a real big spark. And played really well and got us back into the game to the point where we almost won it. And apparently, the last 5 minutes, the ball was just stuck in our forward line, but unfortunately we just couldn't find a way to capitalise. So, alright, so Tyler Sonsie had 1 goal, and he had 37 disposals, no surprise there. 26 for kicks, 11 handballs, 3 marks, 7 tackles. So it was good to see. It's good to see Tyler Sonsie dominating again. I'm probably of the belief that Sonsie's probably not going to be around next year for us. I feel like he's either going to be delisted or they're going to try and trade him to get in some late draft picks for capital for I think it's Duncan Callaway's son. But it's sort of the whole you'll do this 37 disposals, a goal, 7 tackles. So you can see signs of his work on his defense. But then as soon as you put him in the seniors, he goes back to half forward or wing, and he just doesn't. He can't do enough damage there. So to me, it's a double-edged blade for him. He's too good in the midfield for the reserves, but he doesn't get any time in the seniors. So what can he do? So Tom McCarthy, which I'm pretty sure was a chance of being drafted this Wednesday or the following Wednesday, he had 24 disposals, 13 kicks, 11 handballs, 4 marks, 4 tackles. James Josias coming back off his big start of the season. Still don't understand why he got dropped, but he had 23 disposals, 11 kicks, 12 handballs, 6 marks, 6 tackles. So I think he'll probably go back into the senior side. That just shows you why he should be there. Jacob Blight had 23, 15 of them were kicks, 8 handballs, 7 marks, no tackles. I'm not sure where he was playing, if he was playing in the defence, but I think with Noel Bolter and Tom Lynch out, he's going to come in either way. Just because his versatility of being able to play forward, play back, and pinch ruck. So then you can probably swap them with Sims and I think it's maybe Todd Goldstein will be the ruckman, so you can probably throw 3 ruckmen at him and really kind of wear him down. Harry Scott had 21 disposals. Judson Clark had a goal with right at the end, near the end, I think it was, to get us kind of back in the game. 20 disposals, 14 kicks, 6 handballs, 5 marks, 2 tackles. I wouldn't be surprised if Judson Clark ends up being the sub for this week's game. So Nicholas Collier had 19 disposals. Oliver Hayes-Brown had 18 disposals, 1 behind. So 3 kicks, 15 handballs, 2 marks, and 31 hitouts. So I like his handball ratio, his handball to kick ratio. So I like the fact that he doesn't kick the ball as a ruckman. Sometimes ruckmen seem to think that they've just got the gift of the boot on them. They don't. I'd rather than just get the ball and handball, get it to an open runner and get him going. So I like the idea of what Oliver Hayes-Brown's doing there. I really do like that. And he's 31 hitouts. That's quite a fair bit. So, he's building up slowly. I don't know if he's going to end up being anything, but right now he's showing some good signs. I really do like that. So, Lachlan Williamson had 17 disposals. Lachlan Street had 17 disposals. Jacob Kowitsky, I'm not sure if he played back because obviously I didn't watch it, but he had 17 disposals. He had 6 kicks, 11 handballs, 1 mark, 1 tackle. Also, kind of wouldn't be surprised if he comes in. For just maybe if you're going to put him in the forward line, he has played forward and he has played back, so it depends on the versatility. He's a bit more mobile as a defender as Blight is, but wouldn't be surprised if he comes in either. I can't say his name. Mata El Nor, 16 disposals. Rioli had 14. Apparently he was really good in the midfield time. Apparently he took pretty much the whole entire last quarter, which is kind of what few people have been saying, that they would like to get Morris Rioli Jr. in our senior midfield, just for that speed and pace and that tackle, because we don't seem to have that right now. And against North Melbourne, the seniors, the AFL team, we got smashed in those centre clearances and centre stoppages. So it wouldn't hurt maybe trying a Rioli in that midfield who loves a tackle and who's quick. You know, you don't have to have him in there for the whole entire game. Maybe it's 10 minutes here and there. And if you build him on that, maybe it builds his fitness up so he doesn't fade in and out of games. Because he's quite common to, he'll give you 2 good quarters and then he's gone for the other 2. And we kind of don't need that. So, but he had 1 behind, 14 disposals, 8 kicks, 6 handballs, 2 marks, 3 tackles. Campbell Gray, which is another one I would say he's probably nearly a lock to come in. Because Essendon don't have like I'm trying to think of an Adelaide forward line where they're just big boys, like which we have Ben Miller and Noel Bolter to go on those players. So Campbell Gray's pretty mobile, very good cardio. He loves to get up the ground and kick, and he kicked the goal in the reserves. So there's a chance maybe he plays seniors and he goes forward, and you have Blight and him just swap around depending on the player. Maybe if one's getting off the chain, you try and switch them around. But so he had 14 disposals, 8 kicks, 6 handballs, 3 marks, 3 tackles. Look, Liam Forster could be another one as well if we're trying to maybe give him another crack at it. I don't think he did anything wrong against Port Adelaide for him to be dropped. It was just that Tom Lynch was coming back in. So, kind of makes sense why he went out. You'd like to maybe give him another crack at it. Seems fair enough on him. Liam Forster had 1 behind, 14 disposals, 7 kicks, 7 handballs, 2 marks, 1 tackle, and 12 hitouts. So he obviously pinched hit a bit of ruck for us. Because I'm pretty sure Oliver Hayes Brown was the only ruckman that we had in the VFL on the Sunday. So, yeah, it's not a big game. It's not a shining game, but I don't see why he couldn't get a game. It doesn't really go against him. I would like to see him get a crack at it. Again, Razo had 12 disposals. Nicholas Jenny had 10. Jasper Alga had 1.1 goal, 10 disposals, 6 kicks, 4 handballs. So 4 marks, 3 tackles. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jasper Alga gets a game at the seniors. I think he's put his hands up. He's averaging a goal now, a goal and a half a game in his I think it's like 10 games or 8 games in the VFL. I think he should come in, and Steely Green needs to come out for a rest. I think a few of these boys in the seniors are just getting worn out. So, Sam Toner had 9 disposals. Captain the foul. Now, he had a goal and 8 disposals, and I'm pretty sure he only played 2 quarters, because he was restricted minutes coming off, obviously, his ACL injury. And to me, from a person who's just had a year off from an ACL injury and only played half a game, that is very impressive. A goal, 8 disposals, 6 kicks, 2 handballs, 3 marks, 3 tackles. To me, that is very, very impressive. And it's something that you hope that maybe in the next, after we've got the Giants next week, we'll have no Noel Bolter. He won't play then. And then we have Sydney at the MCG. So maybe he's back for the Sydney game, if he gets this week getting into him. So the Essendon, who we're versing in the VFL this week. So he gets 2 weeks into him. Maybe he could make a return for the Sydney game. Or maybe he comes back after the bye. Also, it depends on how Tom Lynch kind of recovers as well. Liam George had 7. Mohammed Yasmin had 2 goals with 5 disposals. Jacob Bauer, look, this is probably another player who I don't think we're going to see him much into next year. I think he could be similar to Tyler Sonzi. Obviously, with us needing to, you have to at least draft one player or 2 every year, no matter what. So I wouldn't be surprised if him and Bauer and Sonzi are gone by the end of the year. So Bauer kicked 1 goal, 1 and had 3 disposals, 2 kicks, 1 handball, 2 marks, 2 tackles. It's just for a player who people had thought that was going to be a really good player, he's just not showing enough to me. This is all based on my personal opinion. Obviously, the things I see and I read and I look at, and I've watched a few of his games, it just seems like his attitude's kind of gone sour and he doesn't want to do it anymore. So, I'm not sure, but I definitely think it's not a good enough game from Bauer. For a player who's predominantly playing as a forward by himself, he should be taking this game by a scruff and trying to push to play seniors, because that's not enough. That's not enough to be pushing to play seniors side. So, unfortunately, it is what it is. But yeah, unfortunately, not much we can do about that. He's just got to be better than that. So, as you can see here, I'm going through the stats for the team. We didn't lead at all. There was no stage at all that the Richmond VFL squad led at all. So we did some things that are getting better, which we did in the seniors as well. So 55 tackles to our 65. Our season average is 57. So you can see we've improved a bit on our tackling, which we did in the seniors as well, which is what I definitely would like for us to do more and go from there. So, alright guys, that'll be it for this episode. Hope you guys are all safe, as well as just like to give a bit of a shout out to the Selwood family. I don't know them personally, but guys, just remember, if you need help, just call somebody and get help. You're never alone. There's always somebody around. You always find somebody who's happy to listen to you guys. We're not alone in this world. So, alright guys, until next time, stay safe, and don't forget guys, go Tigers.